Hello everyone, and welcome to a video on notes automation in GMForge. What I mean by notes automation is you can actually transform your notes in GMForge to make it a little bit easier on you as the GM to tell your stories. So to get started, you're going to want to create a new normal note, which you can do by simply clicking on the new resource, and then open it up to edit. Now, there's a bunch of formatting you can do with GMForge's notes, such as headers, bold, etc., etc., and they're all pretty self-explanatory. You have two menus here, this one at the top, and then if you right-click, you have more options. So one of the quick things we can do is if we want to annotate some sort of GM note, this is a GM note, you can use 3 asterisks. And then once you save, it'll become a GM note. Now, it's pretty minor, but it might be useful. The next thing we can do is we can actually reference maps, actors, and other resources by simply typing @ and then typing in the text we want to search for. Then once you're done, simply press enter, and that becomes a linked link to that asset, and you can click on it to view it, and then you can right-click on it to interact with it. In addition, we can take these links and actually put them into a conversation. So if we say, hello, how are you? You can set up a conversation between multiple actors, as well as actors that are just anonymous people you don't plan on making an asset for. I'm fine, thank you. I can type in anonymous. Boom, I'm here. And then when I save, they actually get highlighted for me, and their character images are put in here for me to interact with. So if I was to be on a slideshow, I actually could hop between conversations by simply clicking on these images here, and then their text will be put out to chat, so I can manage a conversation a little bit easier. I always have access to their character sheet if I need it, and I can do an additional stuff by right-clicking on it and then using these commands here. Another cool thing about notes is if you reference the same actors with the exact same name before the colon, who are you? And you also reference something else before the colon, I'm anonymous. It will maintain their color throughout the actual conversation, giving you an easier time on tracking who's talking. So, another cool thing you can do with conversations is you can actually embed dice rolls using the chat commands. So if I wanted to roll a d20, and then I can simply roll it by clicking on it. Then it will roll as anonymous down here, and I can use it like any other dice roll. Now, these notes would be pretty boring without some sort of media. So we can go ahead and insert links to media from external sources, such as like a YouTube video or something like that. And then, when we save, it actually becomes something we can interact with. If I want to change the name, I can simply go back and just change the name link here. New name. And I can paste them in directly if I want a quicker time. Then, once I click on it, it actually becomes interactive. And I can play some sort of music. Useful for setting up some sort of combat or things of the nature. In addition to all that, you can embed files, so you can have images and the like. And you can also embed sounds or role tables, or even a combat if you need. Combat will save, and then you can reference it simply by clicking on it here, and it will come in and you can use it like a normal combat. Now, the last thing I'd like to make mention of is you can actually click on images and they'll go out to your slideshow. You can also do things like share image or copy the image or right click on it to get more options. But if you take these images and you put them behind a conversation, it will actually disguise the image so you can use it like so. You can click on it like normal, change it here, click there, etc., etc. Well, that's the basics of Notes. Aside from all the basic text editing you can do all this extra stuff, which makes it a little bit more useful when you come to run a session. And with that, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.